Okay. Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining our Pinoy Kapihan. This is our fifth Philippines Atlas Brew, guys, and this is our first Atlas Brew this year. So, Happy New Year, everyone. Yan.
Happy
So,
New Year,
kamusta naman
everyone.
Happy New Year? Kamusta naman ang New Year ng madlang people natin dito? How's your New Year, Santi? Are you there? Oh, wala yata si Santi. Kayo guys, kamusta yung New Year niyo, Master Kumote System? Bukod sa
Ah,
nag-gain weight.
ano ba? Ah, I was off parang almost 2 weeks eh. So parang I went back January 6 na.
From
Um,
where?
sa ano lang, I've been in the province lang. Usually we spend
Province.
time, yeah.
Parang may naano ko na nag-out of the country ka yata. Ikaw
Oh,
ba yun o
maybe
si Philippines?
I don't do out of the country. But anyways, it's good. It's
Philippines.
good.
Ay, gusto ko Philippines.
It's good. Especially from
Yeah.
but during that vacation I'm still plugged into
Yeah.
Discord, helping the community out,
Nice, nice, nice.
trying to make plans for the bull run this 2025. Ikaw, MK, kamusta New Year? Mm.
And right now, my whole December is, is really busy, and I joined to different IRL events, and invited me to these Web3 events and IRL, lots of event, even after Christmas. And I had only I believe I only have 3 days that I spend my time. December 25, again 4 days, I guess, 24, 25, that I am here in our house. So
Mm.
this is
In
really
demand,
Nice.
something.
in demand ba sobra?
Yeah, benta. Benta. So
Benta?
I need to talk
Inaasa
a
ka
lot
ba,
to
Chi?
people, and
Algo,
yeah.
algo.
No,
That's
not
true,
that famous,
Santi.
sir.
That's true.
All I can
Uh,
say is I think this is the fruit of labor that I've been doing since 2021. The fruit of what I'm doing in the Web3 community, most especially here in the Philippines. So hopefully this 2025 I can again organize a IRL event with uh, a lot of community, Web3 community, and I've been also working with other community to uh, to share all of the things that I've been doing in Web3. So yeah,
Nice,
busy
nice,
pala.
nice.
You've
Good,
been very
good
busy.
something ng New
yeah,
Year
really
kay Master.
busy.
Opposite tayo. Ako naman, busy sa Discord, sa SA, pero in real life, chill lang ng December. Ikaw, Nikki, kamusta? How's December and
Yung December busy. Busy sa family gatherings, grabe, hindi kami magkanda. Ano yan, lipat-lipat ng sa 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 husband, sa ano ko, sa partner parents, then sa mother ko, and they're both as in opposite yung location namin. Like
uh,
from Laguna, then sa city sa Mandaluyong yan. Grabe yung travel talaga, sobrang opposite. So, juggle talaga from December, 'di ba? December. That's also a big thing here in Philippines, 'di ba? So, December and January, hindi ko alam kung paano ko i-juggle yung body ko. So busy sa gatherings talaga
parang
sa
ako lang yung
family.
nag-chill, ah. Parang ako lang yung
Of course,
am I the only one? Well, Santi, I know you really went on you kind of disconnected, right? During your break,
Yeah, I
during
love
the
the yeah. I saw
so
the post on Twitter and love the post.
yeah, and
yes.
you're doing
Nag-vacation yan sa ano, with his girlfriend, 'di ba, Santi?
Patagonia, is that correct, Sandy? I forgot the place. And you're doing Muay Thai now, so that's one of the goals that I also have.
Yeah. How was your uwi?
We'll see. By the
What
way,
was the
special.
question again?
I know.
How's your
You,
year?
you kind of unplugged during the team break, right?
Yeah,
Back in
yeah, yeah.
December.
Yeah.
kind of
I went to
unplugged.
the middle of nowhere.
Really?
Did you gain weight, Santi?
Hmm?
Did you gain weight? Eat
No,
a
I
lot?
lost.
Really?
We did a lot of walking around, trekking,
Okay.
climbing. It
Wow.
was good.
Wow.
Awesome. Awesome. And you're in Muay Thai now, right, Sunny?
I
You're
started Muay
No.
Thai. Yes, yes.
life
No.
goals.
How was your UE?
I, I almost died the first class. That's all I can say. Like I had to tell the
Instructor.
the my teacher. I
Yeah.
told
Yeah.
him, can we stop for 5 minutes so I can breathe because I'm about to die.
Awesome. Yeah, it's
You,
a good start to the it's a
yeah,
good
you need
start to the year, I guess.
yes. You need a
Yeah.
lot of cardio for that.
Yes, how about you? Yeah. What pushed you to do the Muay Thai?
Yeah, what
I
made you
just
decide?
Santi?
just wanted to do some martial arts, and I
Awesome.
have
Or do you
a
want to
I met a Muay Thai teacher, and I said, let's do it.
Oh,
oh,
that Muay Thai teacher is
I thought
a good seller. He
Yeah.
sell a
Yeah,
martial arts to
yeah.
you. Because a
She
business talk.
sold Muay Thai to me.
Yes.
Yeah, true,
Awesome.
true.
I thought you're gonna join in the tournament. Muay Thai tournament.
No,
Besides
no, no.
class.
Yeah, and
Yeah,
special shout out to a couple of guests we have. Is VB,
yeah,
yeah, we
go.
have VB.
Maybe.
Big welcome. Thanks for joining. You got
Rome.
behind. You might not understand some of the things, but and welcome to the Philippines. He's here, so welcome. I'm not sure how long.
Rome is here.
You'll be here until it's the beginning of
Hi,
January.
Rome.
Welcome, welcome. So yeah, if anything interesting for those who are joining, if there's anything interesting during your December welcoming 2025, please feel free to share them in the chat.
Yeah.
Type nyo lang anything very special that happened to you, especially anything that you wanna kind of share, unique, So feel free to drop them in the chat. But yeah, we do have some things to cover.
Yes.
Nikki, you wanna go through
Yeah.
that?
So, guys, let's dive into our agenda for tonight. So, first, we're gonna talk about the town hall updates, and what to expect in 2025. And second is the Unreal Engine 5 updates, the new mode. And the third is we're gonna have an open mic. So, feel free to share your thoughts and ideas about the games. Yeah. So, but before that, guys, let me start with the highlights of the town hall. Okay. So, first is the recap of 2024 milestones. So I'm gonna speak Tagalog, guys, but this is
Yeah.
Taglish, so maybe you can understand some of it. So we reached the new features in the Star Atlas game: the hover racing, ship hangar, crew studio, and the faction wars. Who among you guys tried the new features game here in Star Atlas? Did you guys tried it? And
Honestly, I have, but I'm pretty sure I need to buy a new PC. Mine's dying when I play when I play you
So
Unreal
later we're gonna
Unreal.
discuss that. I'm just gonna, yeah, maybe later we're gonna discuss it in the open
Sure,
mic,
sure.
yeah?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
Yeah. And then next is the we have the we start the DAO projects, right? And second is the Star Atlas Unreal Engine 5 updates, so private and public preseason testing, including the multiplayer modes like Deathmatch, VIP, and Team Deathmatch. Yes, and also the do I have to speak? I'm gonna. It's okay if I speak Taglish, guys.
Sure.
It's okay.
Go
All
ahead.
right, and then next is the regarding the fleet commands and Sage Lab. So mas pinalawak nila yung gameplay natin doon. Then next highlights is the Star Path and the Never Alone. So Starpath is i-relaunch by 2025 para sa mga creators and guilds na makakapasa sa new criteria, right? And then the Never Alone rewards is ongoing, and trading mag-start na siya guys. So pagkatapos ma-distribute ng Mission 3 memories. Then next highlight is the marketing and community. So focus siya sa onboarding. So mas user-friendly na rin yung website. Then yung paggawa ng tutorials para sa mga bagong players. Then next is yung palalakasin yung international community with the help of the ambassador sa mga key regions like Philippines and Thailand. So ibang updates guys regarding sa town hall. Si Sistine na yung magdi-discuss. So I'm gonna pass the mic to you, Sistine. So let's go.
Yep, thank you, Nikki. So, MK, do you want to cover UE5 first before I jump to the other part of the town hall?
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I
you
maybe I
wanna, you wanna,
gonna discuss some
yeah,
of the game
oo,
modes that
para
I
lang,
tried.
ano,
Yeah, I
yeah,
don't know if
go ahead.
how can I share this one, but I've been creating that content since December regarding with the update of UE5. So right now we do have the available game modes that is available right now at UE5 is uh the race, the space race, and also the FPS part where we discusses we exhibit it at YPS or YGG Play Summit last November, if I'm not mistaken. So the goal is to get the highest points within those matches, and then right now there is ongoing community event that is what you call the Gali Cup. So if I'm not mistaken, what I read on the full post and then the announcement is they have this what you called space race. So there would be a guild versus guild setup. So I'm thinking joining other guilds right now since part of my community are not that too most of them are not using a computer and then it's really bit the spec for the game is really a bit on a mid-range of a PC, so they gonna need to update their PC to start playing the game. So I might be able. I'm planning to join to other guilds. So I'm really happy also watching those video clips from other communities on X, showcasing their time and also their ships inside the game. So if you don't know, guys, if you have crew cards, you can integrate them inside UE5 to flash it on the main screen, and also you can also use those crew cards, your crew inside the game, and also your ships if you have ships in your wallet. So all you have to do is to import your private key, and yeah, hopefully all of those features will be fixed soon, because I noticed some of the still it is on the early access, and then the UE5 game is still on the development, so most of the crews are not the features of those crews are not um fully done or built. So yeah, that's it. So on the Fleet Command, we've been also waiting for that one to see inside the game. I haven't tried it because each time that I used to play the Fleet Command, I think it is under development, so it is not fully playable for now. So hopefully the fleet command would be smooth as the math and search. So in last one, I a bit hard finding a good a good time playing other players, because each time that I open my PC and then searching for someone to play with, I haven't seen one in the morning. So I need to find a better time to play with other community, and I believe I gonna stay awake for until morning to play with other players. So that's some of the new modes that you can play the Unreal Engine.
All right, thanks, MK. Actually, you mentioned a lot of um new features in the UE5 version of the game.
Mm.
Personally, like yung sinasabi ko kanina, like I was saying a while ago, I'm hoping I could upgrade the specs of my PC this year for me to be able to really play. Especially, I'm really excited for Fleet Command. Kasi ngayon, I'm using a laptop and
Mm-hmm.
currently it's just bare minimum. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Lowered specs in the gameplay settings.
Mhm.
So talagang just to kind of play through it.
Mhm.
Pero, but the experience per se, it's not really there just because I'm limited dun sa specs ng PC ko.
Mhm.
So that's my, I'm hoping I could really have some, some resources to kind of find and, build a new PC, especially for the upcoming changes in UE5.
Mhm.
For me, specifically Fleet Command. So for those who are currently playing, please feel free to, unmute, share your experience, especially for the real gamers who really have spec out the computer, like high specs in the PC. Unmute yourselves, share your experience, or you can just, if you're kind of shy, just type in your any story, or if you have recorded some of your gameplays, feel free to share those as well. Alright. Ako personally yon. So, I'm not sure. MK, kamusta ba yung gameplay sa'yo ng UE5? Is your PC, nasa mataas na yung specs? Higher specs na yung PC mo?
Ako?
Oo.
Nakakahilo.
Talaga ba?
Sorry.
Pero PC-wise, config-wise, ay,
Um,
setup mo, kaya naman yung highest
yeah.
na
So,
resolution. Oh,
yeah.
nice,
Actually,
nice.
the my PC right now is my dream PC build way back 2021 when I started to be um an Axis scholar for Corey Wilton. So, I saw a post
Ah,
from NCXT, and then I from that day I saved that specs of that unit. So right now that's my specs of my PC, and then um I'm happy that I'm able to build my PC and help with Store Atlas, and yeah, I've been living quite comfortable right now. And then also, to be honest, I'm looking for a way to play the game like beyond the horizon. I told to my video behind the horizon, uh, the BTH, he's using a joystick. So I've been thinking, how can I do it with my PC, since I do have a PlayStation 4 joystick here. I bought it to play God of War 4 way back then, and I'm thinking, how can I play that? I want to try to play it using the joystick. So I don't know how can I do what I can how can I do that.
interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I
So,
think I might take a look at some of the chats,
mm-hmm.
but I think there's a guild who has, I don't know if it's an installable. VB might know this better than me, but I think a support for the
Mm-hmm.
controllers, like the Hotas or the yeah, I think we have a guild. Is it Skull and Bones? I forgot, but
It
I think
is, yes.
it is right, Sandy. So they do
Yeah.
have like something that can support game control. So I'm not sure if you. I'll try to look for the post about that, MK. Then I'll share it with
Mm-hmm.
you in case you're interested. But
Thanks, bro. Thanks,
personally,
bro.
I'm more into the typical gaming setup.
Mm-hmm.
Keyboard, keyboard mouse, ganyan. Not really into um the other devices that you
Mm-hmm.
put in. But yeah, it's great to hear that you get to experience the gameplay in its highest resolution. Because for me, I think it's more enjoyable playing that way. Right now, I can't just because of I'm limited with the specs of my. Actually, it's not a desktop, but a PC, but a laptop. So that's kind of more limited.
Not many
Awesome,
people
awesome.
have a high spec PC in the Philippines, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not
Yes.
normal, or is it normal to have?
Yeah, unless they're really heavy gamers, Sandy. Yeah, but
Mm-hmm.
more commonly, not really that high spec PC.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
mostly they use it in school, just like that, but not in gaming
Yeah.
laptop.
Or if they're playing not those games that require really higher spec PC, like for
Yeah, and if
example,
they admit as Master Kamote, they probably have the PC, the high specs PC or
they're playing.
laptop.
So,
If
yeah, but
they
it's something like Asante, you've been hearing this for quite some time, right? Most
Mm-hmm.
of the gamers in the here in the Philippines are more mobile centric.
Yeah.
Like you said, those diehard gamers that uses PC kind of I would say relative to the mobile users, they're less, relative to mobile users. So
Hmm.
yeah, that's why we've been harping. You've been hearing a lot, from the community, Agent Federico, Batalum in terms of the mobile version of our game. But yeah, we'll see. But that's just the reality that we have, and I think it's kind of born out of the 2021 Axie game, where it's really mobile friendly, and that's what people are looking for. It kind of sets the bar. At least for me, that's my perspective. Wherein they were able to play a game, in their mobile. But we'll see, we'll see. That's relative to the gaming experience for most of the
Hmm.
Philippines. Yeah. All
Nice.
right. Anything for those who are joining? Again, thank you for joining. Pinoy Kapihan, welcome, especially to our guests. Um, Master Kamote mentioned, nabanggit niya, no, in terms of one of the discussions that was shared during yung last week's town hall. I think that was on the 15, I think. By the way, before anything else, um, we Star Atlas just celebrated its fourth year anniversary. Right, Sandy?
Wow.
Hmm.
Actually,
Yeah.
1 week ago, January 15.
Really?
Yeah.
So
Crazy.
January 15, 2021, they launched the Discord, the first Medium article.
Whoa.
So SA is 4 years old now. 4 years and 1 week, exactly 1 week. At least our times. I know it's already 22nd your time. 4 years and 1 week. I joined around May, I think, kind of early during that year.
Very early.
Uh, Relatively early. We were very few. Uh, so yeah, so happy fourth year to SA, and for those actually, Asani, to be honest, I don't. For those who were back, yeah, in the Philippine channel back then in 2021, I still get in touch with them, but they're not relatively active. They're still in the Discord, but not kind of. I try to pull them in sometimes, but yeah, we still have. They're still here. You might remember BRKN, so
Hmm.
yeah, but I'll pull them in sometimes. I always talk, I still talk to them, and they're still checking with start checking things about Sarah. So that's it. For that, just wanted to greet as a 40 happy 4 years. Right? In crypto world, that's long.
A
That's
lifetime.
a life exactly 1 year. 6 months to a year is relatively long already, especially
Yeah.
during the 2021 bull run we're in. I'm kind of just flying by, right? Like for this year, it's already January 22nd. The month is almost over. We just started, right? And a lot of things already happened, and I just want to
Oh
kind of
man,
seg.
what a
I
crazy
just
weekend.
I just kind of wanted to segue on that one in terms of what are the things that happened, and this is an open mic session, but to preface that, na ipanimulaan ko lang, for those who are kind of plugged in our SE community Discord, you probably saw the post from Michael, our CEO, the long post in terms of the gameplay, in terms of during that time prior to posting, there have been a lot of chatters in terms of the fees, that the game, specifically as Sage, in terms of the IMA fees, no, how the fees have been affecting the gameplay, how the performance of the chain is also affecting the gameplay. So Michael kind of shared a long post, and I am hoping a lot of us kind of had the time to read that. I remember during the Atlas, the brew during that time, we were kind of giving everyone who attended, okay, 5 minutes, give your
Yeah.
at the start of at the start of the brew. Okay, you have 5 to 10 minutes. Can you read that post before before starting? But it was really a good read. And it's great that Michael, from my perspective, respect to Mike to be discussing that during the brew. Because after that post, there have been a lot of theory crafting already, a lot of questions about Apollo, and that's what we wanted also here sa in Pinoy Kapihan, kind of especially for those who are really inside the game or looking to learn more about the game. If you don't wanna unmute yourself, please feel free to post. But wanted to kind of get your thoughts in terms of the current state of Sage, or kung nasaan tayo where we are right now. Um, Especially this very unique weekend that we just had, no? Wherein kind of Solana has really been kind of paano ba yun? Parang center, I would say not really center of attention, but kind of had a lot of eyes in it, especially when sino ba dito or anyone here kind of joined the bandwagon on the Trump meme coin? Anyone here? Uh, Feel free lang post kayo dun sa chat if you were able to join that. Luckily
I
for us,
know. I know
uh,
someone here. Should I drop
I
the name? Fettuccine. I
if
sorry.
if he I was able to kind of write it. Medyo swerte lang kasi it happened
Ikaw
during
din pala.
it happened
Yes, you said
during
Fettuccine, right?
yeah, not that much, I don't really do meme coins per se because everything's an L for me.
Yeah.
Prior to that, prior to that one, I don't do it. I'll be
Yeah.
perfectly honest. Prior to that one, I don't really do. The only thing that I have close to meme coin is like bonk, and that was an airdrop back in 2022. I just held and I still have it. But anyways, so that event right after the brew that we had, right after the post that Michael shared, that event happened. Not only Trump, but also yung Melania yung sumunod the day after. There have been a lot of chatter in terms of how those type of events affect the gameplay in first stage. Being an on-chain game, I'll be sharing the newsletter Sunday before. And shout out to Firecracker, he's here. Um, Afia, shout out to those who really create the newsletter. Firecracker is really really helpful to the community. So I'm sharing that one here. You guys want to go through that. So at the kind of tail end, there's a good summary on the things that Michael kind of shared. Yeah, shinare na niya yun dun sa message niya, but he kind of expounded into it. But for me, one thing that really caught my attention um, during that brew is Brian's. It's a bit technical. Maybe I got more interested because there's a side of me that's technical. You know, um, because I work in IT, right? And I engineering background and things like that. So it's kind of interesting for me, especially when Brian mentioned about validators and RPCs. So you can read a lot of those in the newsletter. But I also suggest I will also share I'll also share the recording for the brew. For those sa mga interested, I highly encourage you to watch this. Kasi marami kayo matutunan. It was really a learning session for me. I'm not sure MK or Nikki kung napanood niyo siya ng buo. Yeah, it was a really learning, particularly for me when Brian was kind of zeroing in terms of the difference between a validator and an RPC provider. When he mentioned that kind of hit on me when he mentioned about RPCs being the was it soul or I forgot the word that he used, but the gateway to the blockchain, RPC. So uh, he said as long as the chain is up, validators are good to go. But there's that kind of quote unquote bridge or the how we interact with the blockchain, and those are RPCs. Basically what he said, ano siya parang they have a validator setup, minsan higher than a validator setup, but they don't get to vote, right? But basically, like one of the baka familiar kayo dun sa mga RPC providers like Triton, Helium, Helios. Is it Helios? I forgot. The one from OX Mert. So those are some time of the RPC providers, right? And they're as if they really need to have a big specs. But yeah, so I don't want to dive into that, but really about that discussion, because the community has been, if you go into the UE5, in the Sage channels, economics in general, there have been a lot of kind of, I would, for lack of a better term, frustration, right, in terms of playing the game because of high increased fees, lalong-lalo na when the weekend came, wherein there's a time like a good hour or two, or I might be overstretching the 2 hours, wherein the chain is kind of stopped, right? Not only Sage, but yung mga DeFi, all your DeFi apps, even Juke, they had troubles. This was the time when Melania, I think, the Melania meme coin was dropped. So the network kind of was really really congested, right? I In other communities that nanandun ako, their positions being liquidated in Jupe because if they have a leverage position, they can't close it because the chain is dead, something like that. So you see a lot of those houses. It's not the congestion issue is not really very very specific or only for Sage or Star Atlas, at least during those times. It's kind of a network wide issue, and if you read through the newsletter and watch through the YouTube channel, YouTube recording, you'd hear more about some of the developments in the Solana, what Solana is doing, like Franklin Dancer, Fire Dancer, double zero, I think, increase in blockchain pairings, things like that. So it's those are some of the things that if you compare it or understand it side by side with what Michael was sharing in terms of the plans for the game, um, may mga solutions. There are solutions that are being shared, like Apollo, and I think that most of the community, even in the Filipino channel, Santi probably sharing the Apollo thing is what kind of stuck the most for most PH gamers. Like yan, sina Batalum, sina Fettuccini, I think Fettuccini is here, sina Club Agent Federico, they're really looking into Apollo. So theory crafting, nandiyan na. Again, it's one of the solutions, but nothing is final yet. But it's something that, yung nga pala yung feel free to ask, guys. Yeah, so yun. So feel free to ask, drop any questions. Thank you, Nikki, for pointing that one out. So again, for the next probably 5 to 10 minutes, if there are folks who wants to share your experience, feel free. It's an open mic session. Share your feedback. This is a safe space in terms of how do you really feel about the game. I've been here, like I said, ever since May 2021, and not only Star Atlas but also Solana per se has come a long way during those 4 years, or at least for me 3.5 years, and for someone na experience yung mga when the network is going down, kasi yun yung laging sinasabi ng mga, I don't want to say Solana haters, but that's one thing that other chains are always throwing at us. Like, oh, the chain that always goes down, something like that. Because I remember during, probably Santi or Funcracker or VB, you might be aware of this as well. During the NFT bull run back in 2021, there are mints wherein the chain is really going down just because of transaction spamming and things like that. So, but we've come a long
Yeah,
way.
it's the same as the meme coins. I think the comparison for Solana here is that when in 2021, when we had the NFT bull run, the transactions were a lot less because NFTs aren't as intense in transaction wise as the meme coins, right?
Yeah.
And we had the chain go down. Like it used to go down, literally stop working for hours. And now
Exactly.
we have this meme coin craze where I don't know, the Trump drop. There was over 700,000 people, I think, that that got into it. So it's a lot of people and like $30 billion in volume in 24 hours. Solana
True.
used to go down with that. Like it really used to go down. So we already see a lot of improvements, in my opinion. It affects, of course, the Sage experience, and
Mhm.
we don't want that to happen, but it is what it is. But I think Solana has improved a lot in the past couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. Agree to that, Sandy, especially like for those who've been with not only not specifically with SA, but been with Solana back in 2021. I'm pretty sure they can attest to that. Fan cracker, just saying preach Sandy. But yeah, we might not have. They might not have launched in Solana if Trump might not have launched in Solana if they think the chain won't be able to handle it. But again, we've come a long way for that. But going back to Sage, relative to that network congestion that we had, the experience was really bad. Um, Not really verbatim, but there have been comments about we relatively smaller players have been on net negative because of the fees, right? Because from pennies now you get point one 10 cents worth of transaction or things like that. Um, I don't know if other applications there are other dApps in Solana wherein literally they allow the users to manually input their maximum transaction fee that that they want for them to be charged. Other dApps kind of control that, but yeah, at least there have been some feedback or some chatters during that time wherein whales are, at least relative to the game, the ones winning are really whales because they can pay the fees, right?
Mm-hmm.
How no matter how much that is, it's kind of like relative to how much they are getting outside. Getting outside of the game is not a good term, but yeah, relative to how much they're earning from a profit perspective, their fees, even if they go to hundreds, right? They're okay with that. Relative to how much they're making or profiting from the game. So there have been a lot of shatters about that. So that's why we kind of wanted to have this open mic because for us here in the Philippine community, I know MK you're a whale, so you might be accepted, or Asian Federica or Batalum. But for those who, but for those who feel like you know moving forward or in the long term, is this did the events of the past couple of weeks kind of change your perception in terms of how are you going to play Star Atlas, specifically Sage, especially once we get to integrate it into UE5, then have there been any changes in the perception or in terms of how you plan it out? Do you may bago na ba kayong strategy? Do you have a different strategy in playing, knowing the different solutions that the team has presented or shared or discussed, and specifically Michael, the Apollo, things like that. I remember, Sandy, there was a question if um kasi they always compare it, the best comparison that we have for a game is Axie because it's really widely popular here in the Philippines, and the comparison that we're getting is Apollo kind of going to be like Ronin of Axie. That's one of the I think that's one of the
I think
questions.
so. I
Mhm.
think yes,
Okay.
definitely.
Mhm.
If we end up going that route, I think it's going to be a similar approach, right? When we are going to embrace Web3 gaming, and not only that, but going a little step further where it's more like on-chain gaming with real markets, which
Mhm.
is what we do, right? I think that's the key differentiator that Stratless has to other projects, and I do believe that we have to embrace that. Um, to me, it hurts when I see like the Solana fees going up and less people being able to play, especially in a community like this one, the Philippines. I don't think a lot of people have the possibility to spend a lot of money in fees, right?
Mhm.
So every time that Solana goes up in fees, we lose people from Philippines and countries that have a similar market, for lack of a better word. And it just hurts. So we are definitely looking for solutions. I don't think I would say that little amount of people that are here in this brew or in the Philippines channel are playing um, Sage, in my opinion.
Mhm. Yeah.
So if we have Apollo, I think there will be more entry points for people in Philippines and similar countries.
Yeah. I think um I don't want to sound like a broken record, Sanky, but to your point, that's why it always comes up. The mobile part, the rentals, right? So there's also I forgot to post it there. I look for it, but there's also a newsletter about that. So those are some of the things. Just looking at the gaming market that we have here in the Philippines. Those are some of the things that kind of majority of the, I would say, crypto gamers are kind of leaning towards to those approaches. Mobile rentals, scholars,
Mm-hmm.
the very popular. So um, I kind of tend to agree with you, Santi, in terms of if we compare, let's say for example, for our diehard Sage gamers, not I'm not just talking about Bodhi, even the non-whales that are really active in playing using automation tool, or even like Rato or um, I can see that they are forming different strategies, and I personally, that's something that we still have to learn in our community, in
Yeah.
terms of really kind of having that uh, a gamer mindset in terms of setting up the right, having the right ships, setting up the right logistics setup for you to be able to be profitable inside the game. Because I'll be perfectly honest, and anyone can comment here in the chat. Comparing our game, Santi, to where we were back in Axie, we really have a complex game, right? Compared to
Yeah.
what we were playing in Axie or Pegaxi, we're really it. SA has a relatively complex gaming mechanism inside Sage, so that is also one of the things that that the team has. Sorry, not the team, but the community has to adjust to. And because Pegaxi and Axie, basically Pegaxi is just basically watching a race, right? You're just breeding your horses, things like that. Same way with Active. There's just a couple of gaming modules that are relatively simple, right? But from an economy standpoint, that's a totally different story.
Mm-hmm.
I can say without bias, just being able to play other games as well, crypto games like I forgot the Binance game with the sword. I forgot its game. I was there as well. Um, a lot of BNB scam games. Also Axie. From an economic model standpoint, I would definitely say without bias, but and setting bias aside, SA has a really, I would say, relatively sustainable economy. The game
Yeah.
loop, right? The gaming loop and everything, which also kind of make it, which adds how do I, it's a chicken and egg thing. The complexity makes that economic loop sustainable, or vice
Mm-hmm.
versa, something like that. But
It makes it harder for people to get in.
yeah, but it does make the economy sustainable,
It
right?
does.
Because those games before, when people are just cashing out SLP, or I forgot the coin of Pegaxi, when they're just cashing out, it kind of drops the economy of the game. That's why but again, there's that's the economy of the game, but there's also the technology behind it, the infrastructure behind it. That's why I'm asking anyone here, in terms of what happened in the past couple of weeks. It's not a one-off event. That's my initial take on it. But it will, if with the attention that Solana got, during the last couple of weeks, especially this weekend, I'm and we still have the whole 2025 ahead of us. I'm pretty sure that the usage, or onboarding of users in Solana will be much higher. So, again, I'm posing my question in terms of, for those who are playing Sage, or for those who are planning to really look into playing Sage, starting this year, have you had any chance of rethinking about your strategy, rethinking about, how do you maximize your profit, or how do you set up your ships and things like that? And does anyone have that, kind of, how thought process in terms of how you are approaching the game at the moment? Because I'm like, for me, I'm a miner, right? I'm an Armstrong fan, so I'm more into mining. But when the SDU changes came in last year, like, kind of, I don't want to say the meta was scanning, but it kind of, move some of the more profitable activity on the scanning. But, things like that. Whenever the team kind of do those balancing, economic balances or changes inside the game, does that kind of affect your gameplay as well? For me, it doesn't. I'm still a minor because, but I'm the first one to admit that I don't have a very, maximized, setup in terms of mining or logistics. I'm the one to first to say that. But yeah, but anyone, sa PH channel na,
I
your
don't think
strategy is
a
different
lot of
now.
people here are actually playing Sage, in my opinion. So I don't
Okay.
know if you are going to get a reply.
Okay, yeah,
For the next brew, we need to make sure that we get the really active guys as well here. Like,
yeah. I think they did say, um, they won't be able to, at least for those who are playing Sage, Santi. Although Agent Federico did mention a couple of items, and we've been discussing those. One thing that I wanted to kind of share, Santi, about, um, MK about, shared about Galia Cup, but, the search events, Santi, I know you kind of mentioned this before. Are those going to be more frequent in 2025, like search events moving forward? I think that's one
well,
of the.
I mean, right now people can start hosting their own,
Mhm.
so that's what I'm looking forward to see in the community.
Okay.
More people hosting their own. Like this is starting to happen already.
Mhm.
Like the Galia Cup and stuff like that. So in my opinion, like we're going to see that more coming organically. No need for us to do that. I think we're going to schedule events in UE5 every Sunday where people can join and play with others. So if anyone has the UE5 version of the game and wants to play, stay tuned for announcements on events that will happen because I think starting this Sunday, we're going to have some ongoing events like every single Sunday. So
Oh, nice. MK, I saw you asking for some who's online.
Yeah,
Was it? Yeah, you're asking if there's someone online or hosting a gameplay, right?
yeah.
Was it today or yesterday? I forgot. I saw you
Yesterday,
post
as someone online yesterday, it so happened that actually I played with some other players last time, but they already left the game. So maybe one or two, and I forgot to record that one.
Mhm.
So if Sir Atlas would have a regular Sunday to have a deathmatch game, that would be I would be very happy to test my shooting skills too.
Shooting skills, FPS skills.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Again, I really wanted to try it. So maybe Sunday would be the best time for everyone to play that match in Surge. Because Sunday is rest day.
Awesome.
Yeah,
And that's also
yeah,
one of the
yeah.
reasons why I wanted to upgrade my PCs, because the last time I was playing Surge, I'm just stuck, just because of the load, right, that you can
Mhm.
display. So, but anyways,
Yeah, and well,
awesome.
after that, we're going to have the dedicated servers, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
Which
that's nice.
I don't think it's going to take a really long time for that to happen. Um, I think we're going to see them relatively soon. I don't want to get into dates or anything like that, especially because this will end up in an AFIA newsletter. But
Santi?
yeah, I think there is a chance that we see the multiplayer dedicated servers earlier than we think, and
Mhm.
that
Hot
is
chocolate, please. Hot chocolate.
chocolate from Cracker.
Yes,
What
hot
did you say?
chocolate, man. That's the good stuff. Never mind. I'll go back to mute.
You're
What are
good,
you
man. You're
eating,
good.
Von Cracker? What are you eating? Chocolate. Some pancakes?
Drinking.
Drinking. Oh,
Oh,
wow.
what time
Hot
is it there?
chocolate.
What time is it
It's
there?
15:53 in Athens, in Greece, at the moment where I am.
Oh,
Ooh.
3:53, almost 4 p.m.
Von
Okay.
Cracker is going to be representing the DAO.
Yeah,
For
He's
real?
going to be speaking
yeah,
at an event, Athens DAO.
Oh, nice.
correct. This
Nice.
Awesome.
Saturday.
Awesome.
Oh,
Wow.
sorry. I was just doing some prep work in a coffee place, but forgot I was not muted here.
Maybe next time, Fun Cracker, you'd be able to visit the Philippines as well.
It's
And
on my high on my list for sure.
oh,
Absolutely.
nice.
If
Nice.
YGG is doing something, then I really hope to be there this year.
Oh, nice. Awesome. Awesome.
Yeah,
Cool.
Santi, about in behalf of the PH community, some of them are asking about the SLY, right, for the failed transaction. Are you guys planning to make it automated? Like if there's a failed transaction, can you make it not uh having a fees, something like that? Can Are you guys planning to do that or what?
I think that's a Solana thing, right? More
Yeah.
than
Mm.
ours. That's how the chain works.
Oh,
You
maybe
have
or
to.
yeah.
Uh
How
huh.
about the Apollo? How about in the Apollo? Are you gonna?
Oh, Apollo will be a completely different game. Like
Mm,
it's going to every transaction should work.
It's,
mm,
There
it's
should be no issues
dedicated.
with failed transactions.
And
okay.
there's also a discussion or about subsidized fees by the DAO, right? Santi, during that time.
That's
It's also
also another thing. Yeah,
That's also
yeah.
another solution. I think it's also in the newsletter link that I shared. There's a portion there where it was discussed as an option. Again, these are solutions that was shared, not really, no definitive dates, no commitments on the solution that will be implemented, but know that the team is, have these options in place to
Hmm.
kind of address the community concerns about the rising fees. Even Michael did mention about his expectation was kind of really Solana from a fee perspective was just be pennies, right? But
Yeah,
surprisingly, for the past couple of months, it's really been high relative to what was expected of it. So
it's the
yeah,
success has been higher as well. Like so
that's
many
true.
people joining the chain. A president of the United States launching a coin, like that's not normal.
Yeah, that's not normal. And they're still killing the meme coin game right now. It's still a meme the meme coin transaction in Solana. I think it's still eating up a lot of the bandwidth or the network bandwidth in Solana. It's still the main thing
Yeah.
right now. Just like it
Now
was
it
NFT
seems
back
like
then.
even Mr. Beast will launch a coin, so
For real? Oh man,
it's
I'm
going to be like that for a while.
oh man. Let's see. Trump started it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. MK and Nikki, anything else that you kind of want to
Yeah,
share?
one more thing, Santi. Yeah, Santi, one more thing. Also they're asking me. I don't know if it's Club Agent Federico. They're asking if you guys have planned has a plan on listing on. I don't know if it's Bybit or BitGet because I think Club Agent Federico has lots of holdings in Bybit or something like
Basically,
that.
CEX listing. Yeah, basically
Ah,
CEX listing.
Well, we don't really control that ourselves. I think they list based on demand. So if
mm-hmm.
Agent Federico has contacts in there, he should tell them to list us.
Yeah, that's
It's
why
a,
I
I
tell
think
her. Yeah,
yeah, I think it's one of the
contact them.
questions also that we usually see in the general channel or ask a question channel,
Yeah,
or even
we
in
get that one a
posts.
lot.
Yeah, even in Star Atlas X posts, some of the if you read some of the questions there, there would be one asking about listings in a CEX. So yeah, I remember
For
one.
sure.
Yeah, I remember Michael
To open,
answering.
right, to be listed in other chain exchange like BitGet is
People want
what
us to get listed on more
the
exchanges. Yes.
BitGet, yeah. If ever you want to be listed, maybe I can talk to some person there.
Talk to everyone. Let's get listed everywhere.
Yeah, but
Okay.
wherever feasible.
Yeah.
All right, all right.
Cool. MK, how about you?
Uh, I'm gonna wait for Sunday. I
Is
really
it
wanted to test
Sunday?
my shooting skills, to be honest.
All right. Ah, cool. The last thing the last FPS I played is Counter Strike, so I'm really rusty when it comes to this
Oof.
game. So
Yeah.
yeah, I still have it right now, so I spend time. But it has lower specs compared to what we have. But yeah,
I think if Saw Atlas would check or would compare a specs for every Filipino to try the UE5 game, I think Sir Atlas should check the system requirements for Valorant. I think that's the mid-range gaming setup that I think every Filipino PC can work on.
Mm-hmm.
you're
So
not in UE5 though, right?
yeah, they're not in. They do have a UE5 game also. They have
Ah,
installer there,
okay.
so you can also play Valorant there, or you can go ahead to their website. And I think the specs for Valorant is kind of bit optimized, and you can play at least a mid-range gaming PC or laptop. So
I don't do
mhm,
how do you call that those games like online FPS games. Yeah,
mhm.
no
Yes,
idea.
Auntie. Are you considering about the global or international tournament for Star Atlas? Like country versus country,
Yeah.
something like
Yeah.
that.
Well, I think that will happen once we have the servers.
Ah,
Nice, nice. It's cool.
Yeah. Too many disadvantages now. Like the gameplay experience is not that good
Mhm.
if it's peer-to-peer hosted, especially. I mean, it's not going to be that great either. Like once we launch the servers, since you guys are so far away,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Ping.
the ping is different. But yeah, it can be hosted one in Asia and then the other one in America or something like that. Then
nice. It's
so
great.
you
Hopefully
factor in
soon.
also the lag and the ping.
Yeah, the latency, right? All right. We're almost an hour into the session. Anyone else who wants to kind of share their thoughts?
Yeah.
MK, final thoughts, Nikki.
No, not on my
I'm good.
side.
I'm good. I'm gonna wait.
Good.
I'm gonna wait on
You guys,
Sunday.
how about our joiners? Do you guys have something to share or you want to ask something?
I think they're gonna ask me later. Most of people here are my community, and some of them are
Yeah.
still on YGPH server because it so happened that they announced today they do have an event.
Mm.
So
You use. I'm trying to ask. Go, just ask. But yeah,
Ask.
go ahead, just ask
Type
something.
it.
so cool.
Oh, you're shy. Maybe. Oh, can I ask you guys? But I'm shy also. Do you have money to share? Something like that. Kidding.
Winnings from the meme coin,
Oh, Sistine.
but yeah, no, I'm fully out of that portfolio. But anyways, Yeah, I think Nikki, we can, if there are no other things,
Yeah.
it's really a great thing for the community to again have our fifth
Mhm.
Pinoy Kapihan. You want to close it
Pinoy
out, Nikki?
Kapihan. Yeah, sure. And I'd like to thank all the joiners here. Like, we're a lot. I think yeah, there's a lot of joiners. Yeah, so let's wrap it up, guys. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining our Pinoy Kapihan. So happy New Year and have a nice day and evening wherever you are. Yeah, so yeah, that's it. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Santi,
Thank you
Thank
BB.
again,
you.
Yeah,
everyone. VB,
yeah.
Shadex, Cracker, thanks for joining, man.
Yeah,
And Week as well.
that's it.
Again, welcome. Great to
Yeah,
have
thank
you
you
in the
so
Bye.
much,
Philippines.
Daniel.
Thank you,
Shannon.
everyone. Have a good night.
Have a good night. Bye, everyone. Thanks so much.
Hey
Bye.
guys, GM.
Bye, Santi.